Hello and welcome to Quilt Addicts Anonymous. I'm Stephanie Soebbing. We have got some new Kaffe for you guys today. I always bust out this shirt whenever we have new Kaffe to share with you guys. It's from the Tunic Bible. It's got some Alpenglass Mariner's cloth, which I think we still might have a little bit of. And then Kaffe Fussy Cut for the placket on the tunic. Love it whenever I get to bust this out. So we're doing something that we don't normally do with Kaffe. So normally we just get Kaffe in pre-cuts because that's what you guys really like. And sometimes the yardage can be a little bit intimidating to people, but this time I have ordered 16 of my favorite prints of Kaffe that you can get either as the Stephanie Edit in a fat quarter bundle, or you can order it as yardage, and we have that available for you to get. So if you want Kaffe backings, if you want borders, if you just really like it and want a whole bunch of that particular print, you can do that. Now this is an experiment for us because the last time we had Kaffe yardage, it sold very inconsistently, and then we would end up having ones where people are like, I just don't know what to do with that, and it sits forever. So if you love it and you want us to keep doing this, we need it to all go and be gone because you guys have loved Kaffe. So that's just what I'm putting out there. If it doesn't happen, then we'll just continue doing pre-cuts and we'll always bring in Kaffe in that capacity. But we're giving this a go this time. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the 16 that I picked that I think are fabulous. Just so you know, Kaffe Fassett is like the name, everybody gets excited about it, but it actually is 3 guys who work together. Phil Jacobs, Brandon Mably, and Kaffe Fassett, and they all create designs and then Kaffe colors it all. So some of the designs are new designs for this year. Some of them are old designs that have been recolored to create something new and a new look for it. Generally, all Kaffe goes with all Kaffe, so if you have a Kaffe collection, you can absolutely add all this to it, and it can all go together in a quilt someday because it will all look fabulous. But because it's 3 people collectively creating fabric, the collections have like 70 pieces in it, and that's just a massive amount of fabric to bring in. So what we're doing here is I pick my 16 favorites that I think that you guys need to have in your collection. And again, fat quarter bundles, we only have 20 of them for you guys, and you can get yardage while supplies last. So let's take a peek at the Stephanie Edit, and then we'll take a look at the 2 colorways that they have split them into for the traditional pre-cuts that we got. I love this one. It looks like rainbows. We have it in a couple of different colorways. This one is just really bright and fun. This dots is also really fun, and it's a little bit moodier. Normally I get everything in like specific order, but I feel like with Kaffe, like, it doesn't matter. It's just all going to be wild. It's all going to be fun. And when you get enough of it together, it all kind of plays nice. Here's that dot again. You can see how different it looks just by changing up the colors. So that's one of the things that Kaffe really likes to do. And when you look at it from a distance, like I don't notice that when I'm looking right here, but when I look at my overhead camera, I can see that these kind of look like little flower petals when you're looking at it from a distance, which really is a nice little fun effect. You could absolutely fussy cut that to make it look more like that, or just kind of cut it and let it be. This is one by Philip Jacobs. It's called Agate, and we're going to see this a couple of different times, but I really love the way that this looks and the color combinations in this one. We're going to see some more though as we go through the Stephanie Edit. All right, here is another colorway of that Agate. I like this one so much with that gray background. Really makes this blue, pink, orange pop. Here are those dots again. This one kind of has like a brown gray background, but the brightness of all the dots just really makes it pop. Here are those rainbows again, this time with a really dark black background. I think it makes it pop and it makes it look neon. Here are those dots again with a really magenta hot pink background. This is the last time we're going to be seeing the rainbows. This time we have a really deep purple background, but the colors are changed enough to where it really pops against all of it. I love that green teal combo. It's just fabulous. Whoops, I was mistaken. We have one more rainbow here. This time it's a red pink background. It's very rich. It actually matches my shirt really well. I love the Seashell Print. It's the kind of one where no matter where you cut it, it's going to look like it came from a completely different fabric because each part is just so different and the repeat is so large. Like, it doesn't even fit in a full fat quarter. It's that big. The repeat is that big, which is really awesome. So it's really, really fun. Here it is again with really rich coloring. I love this. It is absolutely gorgeous. It would go great with paired next to this one here. All right, here are the dots again, this time with a nice blue background. It is very like regal with all that purple in there. It's just gorgeous. This is my favorite print of the Stephanie edit. It is so rich and gorgeous in its coloring. I just cannot get enough of it. All right, we're almost done. We have some more dots. This one looks very citrusy to me with all of those hot colors against that blue background. And we are going to wrap it up with one final rainbow print. This one kind of has like a dove gray background, and it's not totally pastel with the colors, but it's not as bright and bold as normal. So I really like it. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so there we have it, the Stephanie edit. This is the first time that we've done this where I've handpicked my 16 that I absolutely love and I think are the best of the latest release from Kaffe Fassett Collective. Just off the top of my head, one of the patterns we have that uses 16 fat quarters is Garden Plot. It makes a really large, wide, twin-size quilt, and it really shows off the fabric, and it's really fast to put together because it's all strip piece in big pieces. So this would look gorgeous in that. That pattern is in my book, A Fat Quarter Workshop. So pick up a copy of that. It looks gorgeous in Kaffe. We've done it in Kaffe before. And then pick a wild background and you are good to go. You could also even go with a dark background because this is gonna really pop against that and make all the colors just sing and shine. Now, because there are so many fabrics anytime the Kaffe Fassett Collective puts out a new collection, what they typically do is come up with 2 to 3 colorways to split them into. So that's what we're gonna look at here. These are the official pre-cuts that were put out by Free Spirit, so it's not the Stephanie edit that I've specifically chosen. And we do have pre-cuts on these. The pink version is called Mars and the blue version is called Neptune. So there's usually like a hot and a cool colorway. And so that's what's happened here. We have fat quarter bundles of each, and you can just have them and do something with them someday, or you can pick out one of our fat quarter friendly patterns. Both of these are 20-piece fat quarter bundles, so that gives you a lot of possibilities. We also have strip rolls and 5-inch charm packs for both. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up these fat quarters so we can just take a peek at what's inside so you can get a preview of the other fabrics that we only have in the pre-cuts. All right, so we're gonna start with Mars. This is the pink and red colorway, and it's always gorgeous. This one works on a really big scale. This is one where no matter where you cut it, it's gonna look a little bit different because there's just something different going on. Like it might look really pink here, or really green here, really purple here. It's gonna be the luck of the draw wherever it ends up, what this fabric ends up looking like. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous floral. I love the way it all comes together and the way they combine colors. But again, depending on where you cut this, it's gonna look pink, purple, red, or green. So one fabric, many different potential ways that it's gonna look, depending on how small you're cutting and where it comes from. This is the kind of print that you could just kind of leave big and let everybody think that you pieced it, and it would be really kind of fun to play a trick on them when they get closer and realize that that's just the fabric. It's gorgeous. All right, if we've seen these already, we're gonna go through them kind of quick. We have some dots and rainbows, and we didn't see this dot before, but it is a orangey background with pink fuchsia. I believe we saw this one already. This one is really fun. I think this would be really fun to fussy cut and have these be in the center of a square or something, or a block. I think this floral is just really fun. It's very simple. It's really just 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. Maybe 5 with the background. Yep, 5 with the background. But man, is this fun. Got another rainbow. This one is really fun too. It's not as realistic as some of the designs, but it is really just like line drawing, and it almost makes it look like it's been outlined in a really like neon blue. It's really pretty. Here's that striped block again. This one is really, really saturated. It's really fun. This is another one of those where depending on how it's cut, it can look very different. If you're just gonna cut according to your pattern instructions for like a fat quarter, it's gonna be luck of the draw of whether it looks red and green or purple or pink. But if you are gonna fussy cut this, then you can really have some fun and really plan out your quilt. This one is a perfect candidate for fussy cutting, to have this be the center of a very large block. That would be so much fun. Got some more dots. We have this dot again. This one is very dark dot with a nice little peach background. We saw this rainbow earlier. Whether it's kind of the hot colorway or the cool colorway, they always end up with a very moody print at the end with a very dark background. And you can see just how different this looks by putting that black background. It just makes it look fancier, more elegant. We saw this print before as well, this time with a green background, and here we have black. Here's that Seashell Print again. We had it in the Stephanie edit as well. And here is that stripe print again, this time again, those really rich, moody colors. All right, so that is the Mars colorway for the latest Kaffe Fassett release. Again, we've got the fat quarters, we have the strip rolls, and we have the 5-inch charm packs, and we have some of them available on Yardage if I also included them in my Stephanie edit. All right, now we're going to take a look at the Neptune colorway. Now, almost all of these prints we will have seen before. They're just in a different colorway. This one is a cool colorway, so we're going to have a lot more purple, blue in there. We have a series of dots. Many of these we have seen before. This is the bigger 2-color version. You can use ones like this as blenders. It's as close to a blender as you're going to get with Kaffe. We saw this one in the Stephanie edit. This one we have not seen before. This is a feathered print, and it is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I love how that brown just sets everything off. That is normally not a color I like at all, but it works really well in this case. With one of the agates that was in the Stephanie edit. More dots. This one was in the Stephanie edit, more agate. This purple background rainbows was we've seen before. Here is that big print again. This is one that would be great for fussy cutting, this time in more of that blue teal colorway. We're starting to transition from blue purple to blue green teal. So this is the first kind of transitional piece where you're seeing all the colors together. This one is very, very green, but it is, I still love it. I think it's stunning, it's in its simplicity, and it looks beautiful. I know I've kind of been breezing by the dots, but I had to show you this one because this is like my 2 favorite color combinations ever. That like green, it's not quite citron, but it's in the family with that teal. I think it just makes everything pop, and it's such an important color. Here's that one that would be great for fussy cutting again, this time in a nice blue background. They almost look like succulents in this one. I think this is the sweetest version of this one that I've seen so far. Like this could work in a nursery if you wanted to make it work that way. This is one of those busy Kaffe prints where there's just something going on everywhere, and no matter where it cuts, it's going to look like a totally different piece of fabric because it's just so varied in its design. We have one of the agates that we've seen before. Here's that floral again that's just begging to be fussy cut. Here's that fun stripe one again. I think it would be fun to just take all of these and cut all the little things out, like get them all to be the same size, and then maybe just piece them back together with maybe a slim border. I think that would look really fun because it would look like you piece like all these diagonals from a distance, and then you get close and you realize, no, it's the fabric, and it's gorgeous. As always, we've got to end with a moody print, whether it's a hot or a cool colorway. This one really is kind of a mixture of the two. We've got a lot of red in here, but also I think it's in here because the background is a very blue, teal, lagoon-ish color. It's really very, very pretty. That is a Neptune colorway. We have all the things in both colorways. For Neptune, we have the 10-inch, 5-inch charm packs, fat quarter bundle, and the strip roll. Same deal for all the Mars. And of course, you can check out the Stephanie edit, which is my favorite of the 16 prints that were all released. These are my faves. Don't forget, if you really love this, go check out the Yardage. We have not brought in Kaffe Yardage in years because in the past we would get it and then we would just have some that would just sit forever because I think people are intimidated and don't quite know what to do with it. So if you love it, you want us to get more Kaffe Yardage, then go buy some Kaffe Yardage and show your support and say, yes, this is something I support. I want you to get more and more because I would like to buy it. And that's how you tell us that you want us to get more. And if it all goes, then we'll continue to add more actual yardage in addition to just the pre-cuts that we always bring in. All right, so we're just doing Kaffe today because we know you guys love Kaffe, and whenever we put anything else in with Kaffe, it's totally ignored. So we're gonna give all of our other goodies its own day later. And right now you can just enjoy, have some Kaffe, and go grab it because it usually doesn't last all that long. And until next time, happy quilting.